Why the would this and other black like white boys? All you black don't even look at black men anymore. I love how he refers to black women as and black men as men. Like, yeah, sure, buddy, you sure know how to reel in the women. Let's read the rest of this. Brainwashed by your white slave massa, for real. She needs to wake up. So I posted a video titled, I only date white guys. Stay here, you're already on this video. Watch this video first and then head over to that video and read some of the comments. It is life-changing, I swear. These people really know how to change a girl's mind. Not. Now, if you are a loyal subscriber, then you know that most of my titles are clickbait. Kind of. They definitely relate to the video, but it's not necessarily always what I think. So the title says this, but do I really only date white guys? No. I also date Filipino skater dudes with a lot of tattoos. Okay, so I try to read most of the comments. So I personally feel that I'm a pretty fair person when it comes to other people's points of views. I like to put myself in their shoes. I like to understand where they're coming from and kind of think of the situation critically. And I brought up thinking critically because I would like to think critically about the question that I just read in this video's intro. You know, that well-written masterpiece that I just graced upon your ears. So I actually started thinking about this question. What does attract me to white guys? Why do I just gravitate? So I started thinking about it more in depth. I do think the reason why we are attracted to certain things is because of our surroundings and instances that happen through our adolescence. No, I can't speak for all my brown sugar sisters out there that like a little bit of milk in their coffee. But I can speak for myself. So today we will be tackling that question. Why the would she like white boys? Get ready, really angry black dude from the comment section, because today I'm gonna answer your question. So I'm gonna completely answer the question in the video, but I also wanted to tackle a few of the main reasons that I saw the commenters saying why I like white boys. I love it when people speak for me and make reasons as to why I'm the way that I am, so I figured I would just tackle them and tell you if it's true or not, and of course we're gonna think of it critically. It's gonna be like a good old therapy session for me. Maybe I'll cry. Maybe I'll have this like huge awakening period as to, oh my god, these comments were completely right. I will find my black king, okay? Because according to these people, this cannot mix with anything else. You see this? Y'all aren't supposed to be touching all of this. It's an abomination. Seriously guys, after you watch this video, read the comments in those videos because these people walk among us. That's creepy. Okay, so according to these people, the main reasons I saw for me liking white boys is as follows. 1, I don't have a good relationship with my father. 2, I grew up in white neighborhoods. 3, it was never a big deal with the people I surrounded myself with. Pretty much they didn't tell me. 4, she wants mixed babies. And 5, she must like losers. Now there were a ton of reasons why these individuals speculated why I was attracted to white dudes, but they were just odd and most likely said to make these dudes feel better about their own insecurities. Now I picked these 5 because I think that there could be some kind of truth here. So you are my therapist today. Let's get in this brain. Theory 1, I don't have a good relationship with my father. Now personally, I don't want to date someone that reminds me of my dad. Point blank, if you remind me of my pops, no. My dad was a great provider, but not the best emotional support system. He's definitely a man's man, you know, the alpha male. You know, he makes the rules, whatever he says goes, and there is absolutely no talking about it. And he was this way with us kids and, you know, my mom, pretty much everyone. And personally, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone like that. I wear the pants in this relationship. Just kidding, but I know those comments are gonna roll on in, so I decided to just have some fun with it. But my dad's just very unemotional, not fun, traditional. You know, when he was growing up, you had to be a strong black man. He came from a time when racism was pretty thick, and you really couldn't show weakness. And also you have to be, you know, the provider. He was pretty much the disciplinary part to us kids. My mom did discipline us, but my dad was like the final boss in discipline, and you were not gonna win. Not a chance, just accept your fate. Death. Most of the interaction between me and him and my brother and sister was if we were getting disciplined. And I don't know about you, but discipline is not fun. So when I was single and I would go on a date with certain black men, they would just have these kind of traits. That doesn't mean that all black men are like that, just some of the ones that I went on a date with. So if they had any of those traits, even just like a tiny little weeny bits, I would instantly become unattractive because it reminded me of my dad. Unfortunately, they had the same skin color as my dad, so it was probably more of a connection as well. Now, don't think that that means that I will date a controlling white male because they can go to the left, to the left. Now, I actually had this conversation with one of my girlfriends who's mixed, and she's also not close to her dad, but her dad is white, and she will not date anyone that's light-skinned or white. She will avoid light-skinned anything like a plague. Like, she will import her men straight from Africa. So I definitely think that there is a correlation between your relationship with your pops and who you decide to date. So I'm gonna give that theory a true. 2, being surrounded by white people. Now, people think that I've only lived among white people. I actually grew up in Virginia until 6th or 7th grade. I was attracted to Tyrone, Billy, and Ching Chong Choi. It didn't matter. I liked the male species and could care less what color you are. If you were cute, I was probably gonna have a crush on you. And I was probably gonna punch you so that you wouldn't know that I had a crush on you. It's a Helga G. Pataki situation. I bring this up because I saw a lot of comments saying, well, she talks white. She most likely grew up in a white neighborhood, so she doesn't know any better. Okay. Like I never interacted with black people. But let's think about this a little more. Now, I moved from Virginia, which was a very multicultural place. I didn't even really notice race. And from there, I moved all the way to San Diego, to the straight suburbs. That's when I started to see color, because there wasn't very much of it. And then, coincidentally, I started noticing how cute white boys were. It was funny because once there was no more Tyrones and Terrells around, I literally saw the light. Oh, that's gonna trigger some black men. And here come the comments insulting every single facial feature to my body, to the way that I talk, to my hair. Most likely from black men. Guys, stop being typical. If a black guy says that he's attracted to white girls, I'm not gonna go insult every single thing about him. Add some marshmallows in that hot cocoa. But I do think there is some truth about your surroundings influencing what you think is beautiful. It's in the media all the time. We have a specific standard of beauty. Now, I don't know how much truth that claim has for me, because I've always been attracted to anything that I connect with. Or anyone that can quote every single scene from SpongeBob. Go in the comment section. I dare ya. I think these people from the comment section in my video think if they have white skin, then they're in. And that's not the case. I'm not attracted to white skin. I'm attracted to the person. If I was attracted to just white skin, then every Hank Hill mother that slides into my DMs would get a message back. But no. So I'm gonna have to give the theory that being surrounded by white people forced me to be attracted to white people. False. 3, it was never a big deal / no one ever told me. My mother's side of the family is mixed the up. They've got everything going on over there. It was never an issue on that side of my family. When I would bring home guys to meet my mom or when they would pick me up, she never brought up race. She didn't care. She just wanted to make sure they weren't trying to touch me. Now, my dad does care, but he was always at work. So he met like 2% of the guys that I would bring home. My boyfriend who he actually likes and this other black guy who he did not like. That's it. So I never knew that it was just so forbidden to date outside my race because no one made a big deal out of it. And that's the way that I hope most people are. So theory number 3, it was never a big deal. I will give a big fat true. 4, she wants mixed babies. Did you just assume that I want to spit out a human life from my vagina? Actually, I already have a black child. Her name's Yoshi. She's pure black. Get on my level of blackness. So I found this pretty amusing that these people think that the only possible reason for me dating a white guy is because I want some kind of hybrid child with good hair. So when it comes to my life when I was single, the child topic was actually a huge issue when I would go on dates. So what I noticed with the black men that I went on dates with, when the topic of mini humans came up, they for sure wanted children. There were no ifs, ands, or buts. Kids were needed. So for me, I personally have no interest in pushing a child out of my vagina. Now, if I do change my mind, I would tell them that I am up for adoption or surrogacy. And at that moment when I said adopt, it wouldn't even let me finish the word. They were not having it. They like had to have the sperm go in the vagina and, well, you guys know how babies are made. But a lot of them were not open to not having kids or surrogacy or adoption, so I was looking for long-term relationships, and in the long term, it ain't gonna work if one person wants kids and the other person does not want kids. It just so happened that every single black man that I went on a date with wanted children. So what exactly would be the point for me to date these men? Exactly. So I'm gonna give the whole I need mixed babies a false, because I don't want any babies. 5, she must like losers. My favorite, absolute favorite, because there's some kind of truth to it. Let me explain. So through my teenage years, you know, that time when you actually start to grow very attracted to the opposite sex or the same sex, I don't know. I was the opposite sex. And my teenage years were mostly on the West Coast in the straight up suburbs. So I was mostly around white people and a few sprinkles of black people. Now, people who go to predominantly white schools, let's be truthful. The 3 black guys that go to your school are usually athletic, popular, great among the ladies, says all the right things, the definition of a cool guy, usually. Or at least this is what happened at all 4 of my schools that I went to on the West Coast in the suburbs. Even if they aren't really that cool, because they're at a school where there's like 2 of them among a sea of white people, then everyone thinks they're just cool. So at all my schools, when there was a limited amount of black men, they were usually very cool, very popular, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But unfortunately, I personally like and am attracted to nerds. I mean, I sporadically sing songs from SpongeBob. I love show tunes and the theater. I can enjoy some anime. I love documentaries. I listen to Disney music while I work out. Mother, my childhood crush was Harry Potter. Expecto Patronum! So if we take this theory and just change the word loser to goofy nerds, that's the main reason that I connect with the white guys. Because I'm a nerd. And I'm usually not intensely attracted to someone until I get to know them. And we actually make a connection. I'm not sure how you guys date, but I like to, you know, get to know the person a little bit. Unless you're Thor or Aquaman.
Dressed like a bat. You're out of your mind, Bruce Wayne.
Yes, there are men of all colors that I will see walking down the street and I think, he's attractive. Oh, he's good looking. Sir, you are not ugly. But I'm talking about that real attraction that when you get to know someone and that attraction becomes thick and intense. And you're like, wow, I'm utterly attracted to you because I just got to know that personality and it is bomb. My thick connection just happened to be with people that had similar personalities and similar interests that I did. And they just happened to be white dudes. Now, personally, I find it very hypocritical and odd that you expect me to date someone purely because they're black and not date this person, even if we had a better connection than the black person because they're white. Forget about connection, passion, and having similar goals and morals. No. Just kick that shit out the door, right? Black men, black women, any other race that thinks in this particular way. And in this particular video, I'm just talking about the black men because that's kind of where it sprouted from the previous video. It sounds like you want black women, like me, to do what you think I do to white men. You think I date them just because they're white, but you turn around and say that I should be with a black man because he's black. It sounds a little hypocritical, don't you think? Do you think? I'm very confused on this thought process. So to answer that black man in the comment section from my video, why the would I be attracted to a white guy? First of all, and second, because I'm merely connected with them on a whole different level that was not based on pure looks or skin color, and more based on emotional, personal goals, morals, and that turned into an attraction. Something that I would hope that people would do when looking for a partner in the long term, and not dating someone purely because they're the same color as you. My name is Michelle McDaniel. This is my page. My thoughts will probably offend you, and if you are offended, then you most likely just read the title and started going crazy in the comment section. Or you're one of those woke extremists who believe dating outside your race is an abomination to God. Either way, you're weird. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, turn on post notifications, sub to my channel, and of course, like always, follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching, you guys. You're loud. How do I sleep with you?